Can you feel that? There is something heavy in the air right now in the Pacific Northwest, and it is not just the usual rain clouds over Lumen Field. We are talking about a move that could potentially shift the entire power balance of the NFC West if our front office pulls the trigger. As a die-hard Seahawks fan, I have seen us make some bold swings before, but this one feels different. It is visceral. It is explosive. It is exactly the kind of news that keeps you up at night wondering what if. We have been searching for that missing piece to make our defense truly elite again, and suddenly, the door has swung wide open for a superstar to land in Seattle. Dexter Lawrence has officially requested a trade from the New York Giants, and let me tell you, the shockwaves are hitting Seattle hard right now. This is not just any player we are talking about here. We are looking at one of the most dominant, pocket-crushing, run-stuffing forces in the entire NFL today. The situation in New York has completely deteriorated over a massive contract dispute that neither side seems willing to blink on. Lawrence feels undervalued, and quite frankly, he is right to feel that way given how much he anchors that Giants defense. When a player of this caliber becomes available, every single fan base starts dreaming, but for us 12s, the connection feels way more real. We have seen how Mike Macdonald loves to use versatile, powerful interior linemen to wreak havoc, and Lawrence is the prototype. He is the guy that makes everyone else around him better by simply existing on the line of scrimmage. Imagine him lining up and demanding double teams on every single snap, while our edge rushers get free runs at the quarterback. It is a dream scenario that has suddenly become a realistic conversation in the streets of Seattle. But there is a massive catch that we have to talk about. The financial implications are staggering. We are not just talking about giving up draft picks. We are talking about a massive salary cap hurdle that John Schneider would have to navigate with expert precision. The Giants are clearly frustrated, and Lawrence is ready for a fresh start where he is paid what he is worth. The news broke just moments ago, and already social media is on fire with Photoshop jerseys and trade packages. We know Seattle is always looking to improve, but bringing in a guy who wants a record-breaking deal is a whole different beast. It creates this incredible tension between the desire to win now and the need to be smart with our long-term future. You have to wonder if the front office is already on the phone trying to see what the asking price really looks like. Because if they can find a way to make the math work, the defensive line becomes an absolute nightmare for any offensive coordinator in this league. However, there is a hidden layer to this story that involves a familiar face already in our locker room, which makes this whole thing feel like a movie script waiting to happen. You will not believe how deep this connection goes between these two stars. Before we dive into the Leonard Williams connection and how this trade actually happens, I need you to join the family. If you bleed blue and green, hit that subscribe button and smash the like. We are tracking every single update on this Lawrence situation. Do you think he is worth the massive contract? Let me know below. Leonard Williams is the name that everyone keeps bringing up when they talk about this potential blockbuster move for the Seahawks. Remember, Leonard and Dexter Lawrence were the twin towers of that Giants defensive line for years. They have a chemistry that you just cannot teach. When we traded for Leonard last season, we saw an immediate boost in our front seven, but adding his former partner in crime would take things to a level we haven't seen since the championship days. Leonard knows exactly how Lawrence plays, where he thrives, and how to complement his power with finesse. But here is the thing that makes this so complicated. Leonard Williams just got his big payday from us. Bringing in Lawrence means having two of the highest-paid interior defenders in the league on the same roster. Is that even sustainable? The Giants are likely asking for a king's ransom in return. We are talking multiple high-round draft picks and possibly even a starting-caliber player to offset the loss. Some insiders suggest that the Giants might even look at our current roster and demand someone like a young offensive tackle or a core special teamer to sweeten the deal. The irony here is delicious. We already took their best defensive player once, and now their current centerpiece wants to follow him to the Pacific Northwest. It puts the Giants in a position of weakness and puts John Schneider in a position of incredible leverage, but only if he can clear the cap space. You have to think about the culture fit too. Lawrence is a leader, a vocal guy who demands excellence. Putting him next to Leonard again would create a veteran presence that could mentor our younger guys. But can we really afford to sacrifice our future draft capital for a guy who is going to eat up 25% of our available cap space? This is where the debate gets really heated among the fans. Some say go all in while others are terrified of another Jamal Adams situation where we gave up too much for one guy. The tension is building because every hour that passes without a resolution in New York is another hour for Seattle to make a competitive offer. This is getting incredibly interesting because the history between these two players isn't just about football. It's about a brotherhood that could redefine our defense for the next 4 years if we can just figure out the money. Context is everything when you are dealing with a trade request this big, especially with the way the NFL salary cap is structured today. Currently, the Seahawks are sitting in a tight spot. We have some young talent that will need to be paid soon, and we just handed out some significant contracts in the offseason. For Dexter Lawrence to actually land in Seattle, it would require a level of financial gymnastics that we rarely see. We would likely have to restructure multiple veteran contracts just to fit his base salary for this year, let alone the extension he is demanding. The impact of a move like this would be immediate and massive. Our run defense, which has been a point of frustration for seasons, would instantly become a top 5 unit. You simply cannot run the ball effectively against a 340-pound man who moves like a defensive end. But the future is where the risk lies. If we trade for him and it doesn't result in a deep playoff run, we have essentially mortgaged our ability to build through the draft. It is a high-stakes gamble. However, looking at the NFC West, the window is open. The 49ers are always tough, and the Rams are retooling. So maybe this is the win-now move that puts us over the top. My opinion? It is a scary thought, but a necessary one if you want to be great. You don't get many chances to land a generational talent in his prime who already has a best friend on your team. The likelihood of this happening right this second might be low because of those cap restrictions and Seattle's internal priorities, but in the NFL, impossible happens every Tuesday. We have to watch the waiver wire and the trade block like Hawks pun intended. If the Giants get desperate as training camp approaches and the price drops, John Schneider is the exact type of GM to swoop in and steal the show. We are seeing a shift in how teams value the interior of the line, and Lawrence is the gold standard. Whether this happens today or 3 weeks from now, the speculation is not going away because the fit is too perfect. It is the ultimate puzzle for the front office to solve. Will they choose the safe path of internal development, or will they take the leap into greatness by bringing the big man to the Emerald City? The ripple effects of this decision will be felt for the next decade of Seahawks football, regardless of what they choose. At the end of the day, this isn't just about one player or one contract. This is about the identity of the Seattle Seahawks. For years, we were defined by a defense that other teams feared before they even stepped off the bus. Bringing in a guy like Dexter Lawrence is a statement to the rest of the league that those days are coming back. It tells the fans that we are not content with just being competitive. We want to dominate. Even if the trade doesn't happen tomorrow, the fact that we are even in the conversation shows how far this team has come and how high our expectations are under this new coaching staff. It shows that Seattle is still a destination where stars want to play and where championships are the only goal that matters. We are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to the comfort of the status quo, and the other leads to a high-risk, high-reward future that could bring another trophy to our city. I want to know where you stand on this. Is the price of greatness too high? Or should we do whatever it takes to pair Lawrence with Leonard and wreck the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I read every single one of them. This is a massive moment for our franchise and your voice matters in this debate. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the moment the news officially breaks. We are the 12s, we are the loudest, and we deserve a team that plays with the same passion we show in the stands. Keep your eyes on the headlines and your heart in the game. This is going to be a wild ride, and I am glad we are on it together. Go Hawks!